Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Dan and Kev's Wrestling Talk Show. Today we're going to be reviewing NXT and SmackDown, and we're going to be giving our Money in the Bank predictions as well, which I think both of us are a little bit too giddy for, mate, if I'm being honest. But yeah, let's get right into it because we've got a really stacked show, so we've got a lot of condensing to do.
On the Money in the Bank thing, just before we go,
Yeah.
did you know there was a match added, the pre-show match?
I know that the Usos versus the Mysterios are on the.
That's the pre-show match. That is. I weren't too sure whether you'd seen that.
Yeah.
No?
Right, let's get cracking, mate. NXT fans are back. Not quite SmackDown, but
fans have been back at NXT for a while.
Yeah.
But
there was definitely more there.
NXT was NXT.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
Yeah. It's the only one that. It's the only one that didn't drop during COVID, wasn't it? Really, NXT.
Yeah, and the ratings. Just to go off a minute. The ratings for SmackDown are up as well.
Yeah, seen. Yeah,
almost five figures. So it was at 1,024,000 last week. This week it was up 2,030,000. So it proves that it missed the crowds.
Yeah, so, absolutely, mate. It's like we'll get into it properly later, but I want to make the point before because I might forget later with NXT. But people, do you know that Sean Ross Sapp from Fightful is really active on Twitter? Yeah. He put what a show that was from SmackDown, and it's like, was it a great show? Because I didn't think, like, if COVID hadn't have happened and we were just tuning in to SmackDown as we do every single week, what was special about that SmackDown show? Nothing apart from the fans being there. And the point I'm trying to make is that shows just how important and how powerful the fans are. That is the most I've enjoyed watching wrestling in a long time. Time. And I'm not saying since COVID started. I'm talking about way before that. Like wrestling, Raw and SmackDown was getting dull and boring way before COVID. That's the most I've enjoyed a wrestling show in a long time, because it shows how important those fans are. That was, apart from obviously a certain somebody returning to SmackDown that we'll get into later. Apart from that, you take that out of that show, that if COVID hadn't have happened, we'd have been tuning in going, that was a nothing SmackDown. That was a bit, but because the fans was there, it was amazing because the fans was there.
I think it was very lackluster in the middle. Apart from the start of the show, I thought that match was awesome, and the main event on SmackDown were really good. Apart from that, I think in between was lackluster, but yeah.
But even the main event, like, that's a fatal four-way between four top guys, right? But you've got Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens in there, two top guys, and it was what, 10 minutes long, like.
Yeah. I think the problem they have, especially with us at home, is the ad breaks.
Yeah.
I mean, if you didn't notice, they had Roman Reigns come out first, then the Usos, then they had obviously Edge come out. Big massive pop, right?
Yeah.
And then we went to a commercial break. Right, I said this to my wife. When we came back from the commercial break, Roman Reigns' music was playing again.
Yeah, I know.
My wife said, "Why are they playing Roman Reigns' music again? He's already come out. I don't know why they're playing it again."
No.
But yeah, I think the show suffers a lot with the breaks because they don't do it straight after the match. What they do is they do it in between a match or just before it starts.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it.
It's like, yeah, it does. That does annoy me, especially as well when they come back from a commercial break after having an entrance, and then they have like two promos.
I know, it's so yeah. Two promos and then that are shit, and then someone's music is, you go, oh right, some wrestling, right, ad break. For fuck's sake.
There's too many ad breaks. I've said this for a while. There's too many. I mean, Raw is a 3-hour show, but if you look on the WWE network with obviously no commercials, it's a 2-hour show. So there's an hour, a whole hour worth of just commercials.
Yeah, it's a joke, mate. It's an absolute joke.
Yeah.
Joke.
What should we get?
NXT, baby. Right, NXT. So there did seem to be more fans there. To me than normal, which was good. Ember Moon versus Dakota Kai.
Nothing really can say about it. Good match they could put on. Like I said, I think they're going to struggle with Ember to place her. Really,
she looked better, but she's nowhere near the Ember Moon of 3 years ago. And I really feel for her because I absolutely loved her on her first NXT run. Sad, really.
Yeah. I think they're going to struggle to place her now. But that match was quite interesting. What you said on another one of our shows where you said that Candice will go up against Rochelle. I think that might happen because obviously Xia Li come out and went straight for Rochelle Gonzalez.
Yeah.
And Candice was standing there, got in her way, and then she just pushed her out of the way. And then Candice was sort of staring at the both of them as if like holding her jaw, like everyone just cares about her, not her. So I can see there sort of being a turn at some point.
Yeah.
But Xia Li come out. I think she's the next challenger. I don't see Rochelle dropping the belt anytime soon.
No.
So
the only thing I want to say about that match was that was a good win for Kai because even though Ember Moon isn't as good as it's still Ember Moon. That's a really good win for Dakota. I really like her, and it was a really good finisher as well. She used the top rope to hit the Dakota kick. It was a really impressive finish, and decent match. I thought Ember looked better. That's all I can really say.
It was a standard match between them. I keep referring to her as Candice and not Dakota. Sorry about her, but
it's all right.
But it's like I said, it was a good match. It's NXT, but I just find that they're struggling to place Ember now. Now they've got rid of Shotzi.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I agree.
Sort of thing. As I hate the word jobber, but as a jobber, as someone who's just going to take the balls, I don't know.
But I don't like that term either because I think it is disrespectful. It's like you would refer to Natalya as a jobber, absolutely. And I think what I don't like is I don't like the way that WWE treat her because they're more than happy to use her when there's a new up and coming girl or there's a big star that they want. It's right, you go and train with Natalya. A lot of people don't realize that. Apparently Sonya Deville is preparing for a comeback. Who's she been training with for the last 2 months? Natalya. When Ronda Rousey was learning how to wrestle, it was Natalya that was teaching her. You don't understand how many girls Natalya's personally trained. If you speak to any of the girls on NXT, I guarantee that they've had one-on-one wrestling sessions with Natalya because is Natalya fantastic in the ring? No, but she's a very, very experienced, clever, intelligent wrestler. She knows all of the holds. She knows her placement. She knows when to go. She knows when to listen to the crowd. She's very, very good at the technical side of it. And I think WWE are far too happy to go, Natalya, we need you to teach all our talent, but we're not going to give you anything.
Yeah, I remember, I don't know if you remember years and years ago, do you remember when Heath Slater was there?
Yeah.
And he had a Legends match every night on Raw. Do you remember? Every week on Raw, a legend would come out and beat him.
Yeah.
And they said that would pay off eventually because everyone was like, why is he doing this? He's getting beaten by every legend. He comes out, he mouths off, and then a legend comes out and beats him. and I think it went on for like 12 or 13 weeks, and everyone was like, so what's going to happen? He's taking all these losses, and then they said that they promised him something for doing all of that, but I don't think anything ever came out of it, and it was just like he's there to be beaten each week. But I'm wondering whether they sort of Natalia's been there. I think that's what we see. As same with Ember. I think she's like, well, I've done my dues. I've been there. I've been NXT champion. I'm quite happy now to build up the new girls. So I'll take a loss.
Yeah, maybe, mate. Next was Diamond Mine promo. I just wanted to say Malcolm Bivens is a really good talker. Yeah. He knows what he's doing on that mic.
MVP seems that it's almost like he's been coached by him because he's really good on the mic.
Yeah, he is.
I just hope they keep him in that The problem is with WWE is they don't have that managerial role anymore. If you're going to have a manager, he needs to wrestle as well. I've never really understood that. Apart from Paul Heyman, who let's also say he's also wrestled as well, so he's not abide by that. But I think they lack that managerial role where they're just managers and they don't do anything. But nowadays you have to wrestle as well, don't you? You can't be just a manager. You also have to be a wrestler. But I'm hoping that doesn't transition because I think they could lose that.
I agree, 100%, mate. 100%. We need some. Just be a manager. That's if you're a good manager, be a manager. It's like Lana was Rusev's manager, and then she wanted to wrestle, and she shouldn't have bothered, to be honest. Scarlett.
Her fault. With Lana, I think she came in as a manager sort of thing, and then she saw everyone doing everything and was like, "Oh, I'd like to give that a go." But I don't think she had. When she was wrestling, it didn't look like she had the confidence.
No, she didn't. No, she didn't.
Behind her, I don't think you could clearly see that people behind her were going, "Oh, you can do this. You can do this. You're doing good."
Yeah.
And she was very if you saw her in the ring, she was very hesitant.
Yeah, sure.
Very soft at putting a delivery on or selling, and it was almost like she gave it a go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Manager is where you should be.
Yeah, definitely. Next was the LA Knight and Cameron Grimes stuff. Just comedy gold.
I said to you, didn't I? I said to you last weeks before. I said him being the butler. I said it's just why add that stipulation unless they were going to use it.
Yeah.
And it's just comedy gold, isn't it? It's just he gets LA Knight goes, "Oh, I'm going to tidy him up because he looks all scruffy," and he comes out and goes, "Right, if you like this is cool. I like this."
Yeah.
LA Knight pissed off by it.
Yeah.
And what also made it funny as well is that he goes, "Oh, you need to do some work," and he pays a kid, didn't he?
Yeah.
He pays a kid to do it. And I thought, this is just the start of it, and it's already
on the whole thing. Like it's like that, like him going, "Hey, look how good I look," and LA's Knight's like, "You're not supposed to like it. I'm trying to make your life misery. Stop liking it." Then obviously he makes him mow his lawn, and Grimes is like, "Yeah, no problem." Off he goes, singing and dancing, and LA Knight's like, "What?" Walks off. And then the third one, when he comes back in his lay on his sun lounger with his little tight ball strangler underpants on, his cowboy boots, and he's there and he's paid a kid. And LA Knight's like, "Why have you paid a kid?" And he's like, "I'm a millionaire as well.
Yeah,
if I can pay a kid to do my work, I'm going to." And then he knocks LA Knight into the pool with, oh my god. I think you're right. I think that this is on the start, and I hope they do this for a while because that is just comedy gold. And LA Knight is really, really good, but Grimes, my god, that man's comedic timing and his facial expressions and his delivery.
I'll tell you what, he's like you said, we've said it before about a few others, but he's got the whole package. He's in the ring. He's excellent on the mic.
Yeah.
Comedy gold. He can be serious as well. He can be a heel and a face. Yeah. He's got it all. He's got a bright future. I just hope they don't blow it coming up, if you know what I mean. They always say that it's something that I don't get. But they say, oh, when they bring them up to the main roster, they ruin them. Well, they haven't done that with Riddle. They didn't do that with Keith Lee, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns. You know what I mean? There's loads that they didn't do it with. But there is loads that they have. So
I think. Do you know what I think it is? I don't think Grimes is going to be ruined. I don't think Grimes is going to reach the height that he's capable of and that we of his fans want, because I think he's too nice. I think he's too nice. I think he's just happy to be living his dream and wrestling on WWE. I think he'll just be, yeah, I'll do that.
He's a middle card wrestler.
Yeah, but I don't think he aspires for higher than that. I think when I've listened to him on podcasts and stuff, he just seems to be happy to be where he is. You know, he's not got that like, look at what The Rock and Batista and John Cena have done. Like they used wrestling to build their profile, and now they're all over Hollywood. You know.
Yeah. But yeah, Grimes is just, yeah. I said this from way before he done the money gimmick, that there was something there, and everyone's sort of like, oh no, he's really rubbish, he's crap. I know, mate. There was something already there.
He's gold.
Same with Rochelle Gonzalez. I remember watching some of her very early matches on NXT a couple of years ago. She used to come out with, I don't know if you remember, she used to come out with a bell horn. So, you know, like JR used to come out.
Yeah.
So she used to bring a massive rope and a bell horn, and she was huge. And I said to my wife back then, I think it was in 2017 or something like that, I said, she's going to be the one to watch. She's going to be good. You can see in her that she was going to be good, and now look where she is.
Because she had that drive. She you know, like The Rock and John Cena in particular, they've taken over Hollywood. Like,
yeah.
You know, because
Rock's in every film going, isn't he?
But it's because they never stop. They never settle. They're never happy with. It's like, right, okay, I've achieved that. What's next? You know, Grimes is like, and I said to you the last week or the week before on one of our shows, Grimes is too good of a seller. He sells his moves too well. So Vince is going to go, oh my God, he can make really simple moves look really nasty. I'm going to use him. But then he gets fed to big boys. You know, Grimes will get fed to, you know, a Brock Lesnar and a Roman Reigns and a Drew McIntyre and a Keith Lee. He'll get fed to them to make them look great because he's so good at selling, and he's capable of so much more. But I think we'll just have to see what.
Yeah, I think he's going to be in NXT for some time. Down the path, I can see him being $1 million champion. I don't see why they would keep all this going unless they were planning on doing that.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. I'm enjoying it as it is. So
yeah, I agree. Tyler Rust versus Bobby Fish. Oh, by the way, Kev, how much fish could Bobby Fish fry if Bobby Fish could fry fish?
I don't know, mate.
No, me neither. Anyway,
I remember they said that when he was in Undisputed, and my daughter was going around trying to say it and that really quick.
Riddle. Yeah, it was Riddle.
So, yeah, it was Matt Riddle. Yeah. Standard match.
Yeah.
They're sort of trying to build up Diamond Mines, which is good. They're going slow, which is also good. I think rushing them will damage them slightly. So I like the way that they're going slowly.
Yeah.
Obviously, the end of that match, Kushida come out because obviously they attacked Kushida.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm looking at this now as thinking this could be the new Undisputed Era.
That kind of feel that they're going for, yeah.
They've gone for Kushida, who's obviously the cruiserweight champion. So they could take his title, and then you've got the tag titles and the main title or the North American.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can see this building. So maybe that's what they're doing. I don't know, but
I just want to make a quick point. I know we've not got, we're 20 minutes in already, and we've only done a bit of it. It's you get me bloody talking. Anyway, do you know what I like? Do you know the big, tall, Asian looking guy in Diamond Mine? That's the first time that they've said that he's the coach, that he's not a wrestler. Because we didn't know who he was. What I liked was I don't know whether he's a wrestler or whether he is genuinely a coach, but what I really liked was in Rust's match with Fish, he had his elbows on the mat and was watching. And I watch a lot of MMA. I watch a lot of UFC. I watch a lot of boxing, and that's what coaches do. Like that, they lean in the ring under the rope with their arms on the mat, watching what's going on. And if he's not a coach, if he's not an MMA coach or a wrestling coach, I find that really, really clever of him or whoever's told him to do that, because that pose, that is exactly what a coach does.
Yeah. I think like
when you look at him
he's a wrestler. I can't remember his name though, so I do apologise.
Yeah.
But I think I think they're going the right way for Diamond Mines, building them up slowly. I think rushing in would mean it's over quicker. So yeah, I like the way that they're building it slowly, week over week.
Yeah. So. Really good Samoa Joe and Karrion Kross promo where Kross is hitting the bag and Joe comes up. Fantastic promo from both of them. Nothing else needs saying really. It was a great promo, you know. Yeah. Then it was Sarai versus Gigi Dolan. Obviously, Gigi Dolan was Tony Storm's replacement because Storm went up to SmackDown.
Yeah, because obviously she's going to SmackDown, so she called out on last week's NXT Tony Storm. Tony Storm was also there and said, why did she just pick her out? And now she's been called up, so they had to get a replacement. Gigi reminds me of Becky Lynch. Don't know why. I think it's the same.
No. I said to Nat, mate. She's a mixture of Becky Lynch and Paige. That's what she looks like.
Yeah, she's got it's the hair.
Yeah.
The outfit with the big hat. It screams those two styles. Yeah. She looks good. I mean, she took. Yeah. I mean, she nearly had a
drop kick. Do you know when she drapes over the bottom rope? Oh my god!
Yeah. That was brutal. That was. I'm sorry, that would have hurt. And I think she put on Twitter after. I think Gigi put on Twitter that did hurt.
Yeah, she's one to watch her. She's very, very good, Sarai.
That connected proper.
Yeah. And I just want to ask you a question because we've already spoken about this off air. Mandy Rose is back onto NXT, and I really want your opinion because this is my opinion. Okay, they had plans with Mandy Rose on Raw, and like you said on last week's show, on Wednesday's show the Wednesday show where we reviewed Raw, you said that on NXT. It becomes clear that they've made those decisions very, very late on SmackDown, and I agree because on last week's NXT, Tony Storm was doing an English accent for some reason. Don't ask me why, but Tony Storm was doing an English accent. Then they bring her up to SmackDown, and she's just doing a normal Australian accent. Yeah. You know, nothing's changed. They did the battery thing with Tegan Nox, and that's now kind of just completely pointless because she's now on SmackDown. And then obviously Rose that they did have plans with Dana Brooke. I've got a feeling that there's another round of releases coming. One last round, and I think Dana Brooke will be one of them that will go. I think Nia Jax might go because Nia Jax put on Instagram. It's sad and it's difficult when you have to leave something that you love, but it's even more difficult when you're stuck in a prison, basically. And then she went on Twitter and said, thank you, everybody. And no one's heard anything since. So I think there's another round of releases going, and I wouldn't be surprised if Dana Brooke is one of them with Nia. Mandy Rose going back down to NXT. Do you think Mandy Rose has done a Balor? Has she done a Finn Balor? Has she turned around to Vince and Shane and Steph and Triple H and said, can I go back to NXT and just wrestle?
It was what I heard on Twitter and Instagram and through all the thingies was that it was a trade. Raw wanted to bring one of the NXT girls up, which was with Robert Stone. I've forgotten her name. Ashley, is it?
Aaliyah,
yes, it. So apparently, I don't know. Apparently, the deal was they wanted her, but Triple H turned around and said, well, we'll be stuck for women. Let's have a trade. One from Raw, and you take Aaliyah, sort of thing. So that was the trade, apparently. So Aaliyah's going to Raw, and she'll be on this Monday's Raw. And NXT got Mandy Rhodes in her place.
See, I just want to mention this. I know it's a little bit down there, so when I get there, I don't need to mention it. It was Casey Catanzaro and Kaden Carter versus Aaliyah and Jessica Camara. A little bit later in the show. It doesn't really matter that we go on off script because it's important because it links in. Obviously, you just said Aaliyah has been called up to Raw. I've seen the same stuff. But I have got to say, why not Casey or Kaden? Now, Casey is exactly like a boyfriend. Like, she's a female Ricochet. Like, her boyfriend's Ricochet. And I don't know if you've watched American Ninja Warrior. Casey Catanzaro is a legend. Like, me and Nat have watched every season of American Ninja Warrior. She's to this day, she was on like season 6, season 7. They've done 15 seasons now. She's still the only woman to actually complete the full extended version of the course. She's the only woman in history to ever do it. That's how athletic and powerful she is. Obviously, she then went to WWE. She's now she's been in a relationship with Ricochet for 3 years. So how much has she learned off him? Like, she is ready. You know, she's not been used as much in NXT. I'm guarantee people are going to come at me and say, Casey's barely been given anything on NXT. Neither's Aaliyah, guys. So if you're arguing that Casey shouldn't have been brought up to Raw because she's not ready, she's probably she's more experienced and more ready for Raw than what bloody Aaliyah is. And they've brought Aaliyah up. Why are you bringing Aaliyah up, who's very, very green, who has had 5 NXT matches, who, in my opinion, only my opinion, hasn't exactly set the world alight on NXT. She's not really looked that good. Her promos stink. She doesn't know how to talk on a mic. Why bring her up when Casey's more prepared? Caden's more prepared. Bring Candice up. Raquel, Dakota Kai. There's a massive locker room of women there on NXT that you would bring up over Aaliyah.
We'll see how it plays out on Raw, but in terms of Mandy Rhodes, like I said, I think they just said, "Oh, you're going to NXT." She's probably going, "Okay, I'm happy with that." It's how they use her on NXT, because obviously on the promo bit she said it looks like Robert Stone's under new management, and then looked at the 3 girls and walked off. So is she taking over? Is she going into the managerial role? Is she going to be wrestling? Where does she all fit in with it? I don't know.
Let's try and finish NXT. Let's try and rush through a few points. Dexter Lumis versus Escobar.
Yeah. Phantasma are really good. There's no more to say about that. They're really, really good.
Yeah. Escobar's amazing. I was gutted that Escobar won because I'm a massive Dexter Lumis fan, as you know. Dexter Lumis is something special. I won't be surprised if it's called up soon because it's similar. I remember Triple H saying about Elias. Elias was good on NXT, but when Triple H looked at Elias, he went, "You're made for the bigger stage. You're made for a Monday Night Raw." And I see that with Lumis. I think Lumis, when I look at him, I think he's made for a Monday Night Raw stage.
Hang on. I thought the dogs were mucking about. I think they've come in because it's so warm. But yeah, Dexter Lumis has always been really good. The character they've portrayed him in as well as someone who doesn't talk, just sort of mysteriously goes up, crawls under the ring. There's potential there on Raw and SmackDown. But I think they've got to do a conclusion, I think, to I like the fact that he lost and then he got carried out, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, Indy cried
and dropped him.
And then she went to kiss him and Candice was like, "Get off him."
Yeah.
So
I like that. I think there needs to be a conclusion now. What's going on?
Yeah,
what's going to happen?
Yeah, I agree.
Before he's called up, because I think that could be left open. But I think that needs to be concluded before he's called up. If he's called up, I think he'd be really good.
Yeah. Agreed.
He's got the Stranger Things sort of theme song.
Yeah.
He's got the look of it as well. He doesn't come out; he just stares like that.
He's fantastic. I absolutely love Loomis. Massive Loomis fan. Next was Duke Hudson versus Ikemen Jiro in the NXT Breakout Tournament. I thought that was one hell of a very, very good wrestling match. I really enjoyed it.
I like the fact that he kept his shirt on throughout the match.
Does that mean that Ikemen's now sent back to Japan? Is he now? Oh, does he have to go because he's lost?
No, not a lot of the people. Like the people who won. I mean, you got to think. The last Breakout, you had sort of you had Grimes.
Yeah,
you had
he didn't win it.
No, and you had Bronson Reed and people like that.
Swerve,
so all of these people, all of these people are whether they've won it or not, they're there. Maybe one or two of them might not, but I think the majority of them, especially the big guy. There's a big guy.
6'8", yeah.
What's his name? I can't remember. Hang on, I'll remember it in a minute. Odyssey.
Yeah.
There's a guy called Odyssey Jones or something like that. I think he's called. He's Odyssey. Now it's interesting because he has been on. He was at SmackDown this week, at live SmackDown. He was backstage, and I think a week before he done some tryout matches before Raw, and he was one of them. And he's on the Breakout thing, and they're already doing dark matches with him before Raw and SmackDown. So, you know, they must have confidence in him.
Yeah,
be good. So,
yeah, one hell of a match. Obviously, Duke Hudson won, so Ikemen Jiro, you know,
they both look good.
Both of them look great. Yeah. Obviously, Gargano and then had a promo with Samoa Joe. Mate, I just want to mention Austin Theory. Austin Theory. He is getting better and better by the week. What a fantastic decision by Triple H sticking him with Johnny Gargano, because they obviously brought him to Raw. I think he's the youngest person to appear on a WrestleMania. I think he was 21 when he appeared at First Mania. And obviously they stuck Theory with Gargano and Andrade, and it didn't quite work out. What a fantastic decision sending back to NXT with Gargano. And when Joe walked in, Theory just turns around and sees Samoa Joe, and he's Joe. Oh my God, so funny, brilliant, brilliant, really good. What was next? Main event time. Gargano Cross.
Excellent match. Both of them are really good.
Yeah,
I'm surprised that it was on. Yeah, I'm surprised it was on like when it was, and it didn't, because there was 2 commercial breaks between it. I would have liked it to have been on a pay-per-view, no breaks.
I agree completely. I think they moved the match to save a bit of time on the last promo because it was a bit tight, and they wanted to be able to do more with this match. What I think is, this was the first NXT with a full crowd. Yeah, it was the first NXT. Yes, fans have been back for a few weeks, but there was only a very, very, very short. There was a good 2,000 or 3,000 fans there. You know, it was completely packed out. Because it's the first NXT with fans, I think they've saved it for that. And it was a one hell of a match. I've only got 2 points, mate, and then I want your opinion, and we can move on to SmackDown, because I know we'll be getting on now. But my 2 points, I was very, very surprised with the fans chanting for Johnny wrestling. I love Johnny Gargano, but he's the heel. Like, I know Cross is kind of a heel as well. WWE are going down the lines, and I don't like it, by the way. I don't like it. How many characters do you not know whether they're a face or a heel on NXT, Raw, and SmackDown? There's 3 or 4 on every single show where you go, hang on, are you a face or are you a heel? Because and I don't like it. Like, have them as a face or have them as a, like, this isn't Randy Orton. It's different when it's Randy Orton. Randy Orton as a babyface, he's still a dick. Like, it's still Randy Orton. He's still going to stab you in the back. He's just not slagging the fans off. Do you know? Like, it's different when it's that. What is Karrion Kross? Is he a heel? Is he a face? Because it almost feels like they've told him to do heel things, but they want the fans to. They build the character because they want the fans to react to him and cheer him.
Yeah.
But you're having him do things that are going to make the crowd go, "Boo, you dickhead!" Like, I don't know what you're doing. So, I don't know what you feel. Me and you are massive Kross fans, yeah. You love Kross as much as I do. You see the potential in him that I see. You see him as a future WWE champion. You know, we're very, very much on the same wavelength with that. Are you surprised that Kross seems to be getting as much hate as he is? Because I feel like he's getting a reaction, so that's all that matters. It's not like he's not getting a reaction. But are you surprised that he's getting as much hate as he is?
Well, if you remember when he first come to WWE, he did get a lot of heat because he came straight in and went straight for the title.
And won it.
Yeah, exactly. So I think the hate stems from that he hasn't really done his dues. He has done elsewhere, but not in WWE. He's come in, he's been given the title straight away.
Is that good, isn't it?
Yeah, he is good. He's really good. But I think with fans, that causes a little bit of like, you know, what else? And they built him up to a point where, well, who can beat him?
You know, look. His first match, he walked through Tommaso Ciampa, and that really pissed me off. Like, I really like Karrion Kross. I really like him. Don't walk through Ciampa. Like, I get it. I think over the last 12 to 18 months, he's proved that he's that good. And I think I got it earlier on. I didn't give him hate because I really liked him. There were things that I didn't like, but I understood the heat and the hate that he got earlier on. I don't get it now because now you're nearly 2 years in, and he's proved over the last 18 months to 2 years he is that good. Whether you like him or not, if you don't like him, well, he's kind of a heel anyway. It doesn't matter. But he's that good. He's got everything. You know, and then obviously the last point that I want your opinion on, he sent Joe night. Yeah,
he choked out Joe. I said this before. I said there's going to be a match between him and Joe. Joe said when he was released, he had just been cleared to wrestle.
Yeah.
So obviously he was a commentator and he loved that role. But he said obviously he was doing an injury, but he'd just been cleared, and then WWE let him go. And within 24 hours, NXT took him. Yeah. So he's cleared to wrestle. So he will. He was going to have a match. I think there's going to be a match between him and Samoa Joe. Maybe Samoa Joe wins the belt from him and then vacates it. We'll have to see what happens with that, but it's clearly leading to a match. It's clearly.
Yeah.
But a good finisher. Very good finisher.
Yeah, but mate, I mean, I'm not joking. You know, I love Joe, and I think Samoa Joe's Nat's favourite. She was devastated, but you know, Kross didn't just send him night. He fucking tucked him in and everything. Gave him a little peck on the head. That my sweetheart. Oh, yeah, brilliant. SmackDown, come on.
Get SmackDown.
The fans are back. Like, the fans are back on NXT, but now, mate, 14,000 were there.
Yeah. Well, I messaged you straight away and I went, you know, AEW doing good. They've been praised for having fans back.
Yeah.
But fuck me, it makes AEW look fucking tiny.
Yeah.
And I love AEW and I love WWE. But with all what's going on at the moment between the two shows and everything, like you said, I think wrestling wise, AEW's got it. Production wise, they ain't got it. And it did that shot when it opened and you saw the whole fans there. You can't get that shot with AEW. It's not that they can't. I don't think they can fill a venue like that. It felt bigger. It felt this is a big deal, you know. And I don't get that with AEW. Even though the fans are back, it doesn't feel like that. I don't know if it's just me or what.
No, I get it. I'm with you. Yeah. Mr. McMahon walks out. Oh, do you know what? I love the fact that he just went, "Where the hell have you been?" and then walked off.
Yeah, just walked off. Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant, absolutely fantastic.
Get going. There was a dark match before that I want to discuss.
Davey Boy Smith.
Davey Boy Smith, yeah.
Yeah.
And apparently, if you go on the WWE YouTube channel, you can see an interview he did afterwards.
Seen it.
Yeah, and he's apparently been back with WWE for months now.
Yeah.
So we should see him soon. That'll be good to see.
It'll be lovely. Yeah, it'll be really, really good. Yeah. And obviously his dad was inducted into the Hall of Fame. I mean, we've been waiting for decades for the British Bulldog to be added, and then the year it gets added, Hall of Fame doesn't happen because of COVID.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I'm just going to be completely honest. Like, I'm an open book. I've already said on this channel that I'm autistic and I've spoke about panic attacks and stuff like that. So I'm happy to talk about anything. I'm not going to lie. I cried. Like when Edge's music hit, I cried, and I don't give a shit. You can go in the comments and call me a mad ass and a soft ass and whatever you want. I don't give a shit. That pop from that fans. I cried. I turned and looked at Nat, and she was also in tears. That was just an emotional roller coaster. That pop when the "You Think You Know Me" hit, and the smoke come up and Edge come running out. Like, that is what makes wrestling special.
Yeah,
like, I've got goosebumps. I feel the goosebumps now talking about it. It was such,
and you can see how much they need the fans back. I mean, especially when Mysterio and Dominic come back.
Yeah.
And they came out and they were like, you could see Dominic, this is the first time he's been with any crowds. And he was just soaking it in. And yeah, you could even see on Roman Reigns when he was walking down. He was like, I got that pissed, but he was looking around going, this is it.
You've just hit the nail on the head. We've all of us, you can't find me a WWE fan that hasn't over the years give Roman Reigns shit. So let's give him due. Let's give him credit when he deserves it. I thought it shows the growth that Roman Reigns has had over the last few years. How he stayed in character throughout the whole thing. He's walking down, and that means just as much to him. I mean, I know it's a little bit later on, but look at Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens was in tears. He kept clapping his hands to his head like, oh my God. He's just stood there looking at the fans with his hands on his head like he couldn't. And Owens is amazing at staying in character. And he thought, fuck this, I'm not staying in character. This is real. I'm not Kevin Owens at the minute. I'm Kevin Steen. Wow. Like, and Roman would have felt those emotions. And what an amazing job he did to just look at them like, piece of shit. You know, and then when Edge's music hit and the fans popped, you're telling me you didn't feel the emotion that we felt. Like, I mean, you messaged me. When Edge's music hit and the fans popped, you felt emotional.
Yeah.
Like, if you didn't, you don't care. Roman would have felt that. And did you see his face? His face was like, oh, this fucking prick. Do you know what a fantastic job he did to stay in character, and it shows how far he's come. And it was a good match.
It was a good match, yeah. Really good match, yeah. It sets up nicely, obviously, Mysterio and the Usos, and it sets up nicely their match as well. But yeah, later on, there's something else I want to discuss about, which Edge had a promo later on.
Surprised with the ending? Jay with the roll-up?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. I would have thought they would want Edge going strong into...
Yeah. I'm not saying having pinned Roman. That was, for me, it was the only thing that they got wrong on that show. Was this is the first, you can't get this moment back. You can't have the first show post COVID with fans. You can't redo that. You can have your first pay-per-view on Sunday Money in the Bank. You can have your first Monday Night Raw. You can have your first SummerSlam. This is the first show with a packed out fans back. Why are you not giving the fans what they want? Have Edge pin one of the Usos and win. I don't get why you wouldn't do that. It didn't make sense to me. And it's such a strange ending with a roll-up. It doesn't make sense. It was the only thing that they got wrong. But I do want to say, though, did you see Edge's face? That when Ray tagged Dominic in, and Dominic jumped over the rope, landed on the middle rope, jumped onto the other middle rope, and then backflipped off, Edge went...
Yeah.
Just really made me laugh. Like,
there was a lot of stick when Dominic came in, mate. I think he's there. He's there. He's good. Yeah.
He's as athletic and like a little flea and bouncing about like his dad, but he's taller and stronger than his dad.
Yeah.
We really do have a really special talent there with this kid. We really do.
Yeah.
He's definitely going to have a one hell of a.
Oh, definitely.
Obviously, then Roman made Edge tap like a little bitch. So that's it makes Money in the Bank interesting. It really. Yeah. And then here you go. Next thing was Seth and Edge's promo.
Right. This is like everyone goes on about long, like there's not long storytelling. Everything's scrapped up, mate. This is long storytelling.
Yeah.
And this is why I think Seth should win it now, and Edge should win it, because that would be, what he said there when he had his foot on him, when he had the briefcase before and he didn't pull the trigger. Brilliant promo, long storytelling, brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. That promo was amazing. Do you know what was interesting? It just goes to show what fans do. Charlie, is it Charlie? Yeah. She stumbled on a word for the first time,
Yeah.
He actually mispronounced the word. I don't think I've ever seen him mispronounce a word in a promo. Seth mispronounced. To be fair, they did they did script Seth's promo to say a maniacal megalomaniac. Like, why are you giving him a tongue twister in his first promo of a live crowd? Like, come on, that's just cruel. But yeah, I agree. Fantastic. Like you said, long storytelling. It's, I will be very, very disappointed if Seth doesn't win. Before that, I wanted Owens to win because Owens hasn't won a Money in the Bank, and out of the 8 in it, in my opinion, he's the biggest star that hasn't won a Money in the Bank, and I think it's time for Owens to get another big push. A bit of an underdog, I would have loved Ricochet, because I think it's time for a Ricochet push because of his talent, but you've got to give it Seth now. It just as long as it's not fucking McIntyre again, I don't care. I don't care. Let John Morrison win it. I don't give a shit. As long as it's not McIntyre again. But no, Seth. I think you have to give it to Seth now. Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. Mate, it's time. It's time. My boy's back. My boy's back. His shirt's down there somewhere. Sammy's obviously comes out and cuts a promo. Do you know what I liked about that? Sammy was fully expecting the crowd to boo him when he's like, this is a conspiracy, and all I need is the great people of Texas. You all know, you're all on my side. He wanted them to boo him, and they was like, yeah, Sammy, come on away. And he was like, shit, now I've got to go heel. And I was like, well, do you know what? I don't need you after all. He had to say something to, because they were just, the fans were just happy to be there. They were just like, I'm just gonna cheer along. Yeah, come on, Sammy, let's go. Yeah. And then obviously we hear the and I threw my phone. I was like, what the,
Well, that was, like I said to you, about 10 o'clock on Friday night.
Yeah.
Some tweets put out. One of them was, there's a surprise, too sweet, and then after that, everyone said, I saw about 5 or 6 that said Balor's back, Balor's at SmackDown, Balor's coming back, Balor's due. And I was like, okay. So, that was supposed to be a surprise for WWE fans, but the internet's ruined it.
But this is why I always avoid Facebook and Twitter the night before. I don't go on it until after I've watched the show.
Because obviously it wasn't advertised, so it was a surprise.
Me and Nat was gobs, like, I think like he is for anyone. Who isn't a Finn Balor fan? Who isn't a Finn Balor fan? Like, he's amazing. He's incredible. Me and that was a massive shock and surprise. Both of us was like, oh my God, Balor's, but like, this is our guy. This is one of our favourites. He's back. You didn't have that reaction, and it's so shit. It really annoys me. People need to stop ruining it, because that's what makes WWE special. When you don't know, when it's a genuine surprise and no one knows, they're the moments that live with you. they're the moments that you remember for your entire life. Is, I remember when Edge came out at the Rumble and no one knew and everyone went apeshit. Like that. This for me, Balor coming back. I love Balor, you know, and I was annoyed and frustrated when Vince didn't use him on his when he come back from his injury because I love him, but that you won't remember that moment the way I will because it was ruined. It's so frustrating, mate. It really winds me up. But yeah, Balor's back. My baby's back. My boy. Come on, Balor. Next thing, Knox and Shotzi. Nothing really to say. They beat Natalya and Tamina.
Get a title shot as well. That match was to get a title shot.
Yeah.
Obviously, they were going to win.
Was you surprised by the lack of fan reaction for him? Because I was.
Yeah. But then I said this to you before, you know, when they say, oh, we've got to bring up people from NXT, there's a lot of people that don't watch NXT. So when these
why?
Exactly why. But when they turned up, because you know, you can tell this by the viewing figures. So for SmackDown and Raw, they get over 1 million views.
Yeah.
And NXT gets about 600,000. So there's another 600,000 people not watching NXT, and that's the problem.
I'm saying. Why? Like, it's the best one. It's the best one of the three.
And that's the problem. So when they got Knox and Shotzi there, we as fans absolutely know this and we love it. But there's going to be a lot of people in that audience, a lot of people watching at home, and go, "Who are these? Who are they?"
I know, but it's.
And that is why there wasn't that reaction because they don't really know who they are yet. So.
Yeah. Well, they're both amazing, but Knox is super talented. Hey, the fans seem to be behind Liv, you know. This is what I love. This is what we don't know now. This is what I find the most exciting. This is genuinely is what I find the most exciting going forward now. We don't know who the fans are going to love and hate. You know, we're going to expect the fans to love someone, and they come out and they go boo, and we're going, oh, weren't expecting. Was you expecting all the fans to cheer Liv Morgan like that? Because I wasn't.
I do like the fact that she turned around though when she was on commentary and went, "Oh, how did you like that? Must have been the longest vacation in history."
Yeah.
You left and went on vacation. It must have been the really longest vacation you've had. Like what?
Yeah. Yeah, that was a surprise. Bianca Carmella for the title.
Bianca was never gonna lose, right? Carmella's good, and I'll tell you what, she has impressed me going forward. She can wrestle.
Yeah, she can.
But yeah, it was just lackluster. It was just, you know, we knew that Bianca was gonna retain. You know, it was just, you know, why put it on as well right in the middle of the show?
Yeah, really.
It was a pay-per-view match.
Yeah, really. Like, yeah. No, do you know that I said before that it was the only mistake that they made was not having Edge win. Well, I'd take that back. There was two. I like when we know how it ended. We'll get to that in a minute because we're nearly there. That could have easily been the middle of the card, and I'm only saying that because Carmella didn't really get a fan reaction at all. You know, she didn't really get at all. Whereas Bianca, she got the second biggest pop of the night.
Yeah. I
mean, Balor got a pop, but Balor's pop was a little bit. People didn't know what was going on. I think a lot of people were shocked. A lot of people, it caught a lot of people by surprise. Oh, what's going on? Oh, yeah. So it weren't like a bang. It weren't that explosion of Edge's music hitting, Bianca's music hitting. Yeah. A lot of people were shocked and weren't expecting it. So it was a little bit like people were cheering later than others. So it was delayed. So it wasn't that raw because of, you know, people were shocked. So Bianca actually got the second loudest pop of the night. Like, her music hit and they went nuts.
Yeah.
So that for me, I agree. That should have been the main event. Like I said, you've pulled it off a big pay-per-view to stick it middle of the card of a SmackDown. I don't know. I will say I've actually wrote down we will forgive the mistakes from both of them. We'll put it down to
nerves. Yeah.
Down to nerves because Seth Rollins, Edge. Look at Edge. Edge stumbled on his words. Fucking Edge. When does Edge stumble on his words? But
you got to think they were you got to think all of them were probably there before fans started arriving. Then the herd are all coming in. They haven't been there for over, well, Michael Cole said 70 months, 70 weeks. They haven't had any fans. So yeah, I think a lot of this was nerves, and they were like,
but don't forget, Kev. For the last 18 months, they've now got used to being able to go, balls my lines up, take two.
Yeah.
You can't retake it when it's live. It will take a while for them to get used to having to get it spot on the first take. Let's just brief over this because it really doesn't matter. I want to have a little bit more time for the Money in the Bank stuff. Otis attacked Cesaro. Then they had a match. Chad Gable interrupted, and then Cesaro did the little swing. The fans were saying we want a swing, so Cesaro was like,
yeah. My wife turned around and goes, "Well, he ain't swinging Otis, is he?"
Hey, he swung the Great Khali.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it happened. But it was just like it was going to swing someone. It wasn't going to be Otis.
No.
But,
it made more sense for Gable because he can just whip Gable around. But yeah, then obviously Otis took out Cesaro, and it,
I don't know where they're going with this, but whatever.
Yeah, we'll see. Before we get to the main event, Big E, what an amazing, hilarious promo with Heyman. That was fun. Oh, Paul Heyman!
Yeah.
Really funny. Really good that promo. Really, really funny that with Heyman. When he looked at Eamon in the face, Eamon never breaks character. And when he went, "Don't you dare be sour," Eamon was like, "Don't laugh, don't laugh, don't laugh." Yeah, really, really good. I enjoyed that. Corbin came out. It was a really good promo, to be fair, from Corbin. It's a dick. Like, I'm sorry to swear. Do you know what I've called Baron Corbin for the last 2 years? 2 years to make Nat laugh. Every time his music hits, I go, "Well, here he comes, King Cock." That's what I've called him. Like, you're supposed to not like him. He's supposed to get on your nerves. He's very
He's growing his face out. He's growing his hair back.
He's breaking me heart, Kev. I want to go and give him a hug.
Did you notice he had mustard stain on his top?
Yeah.
They've got this down to an absolute T.
Yeah.
And the actual GoFundMe page is on as well. You can't donate to it, but it's all. If you type it in, it's actually on the internet.
Fantastic.
Going all out this, but
he's amazing. Yeah. He's amazing in the ring. People underestimate how good he is in the ring. He's amazing. Fantastic on the like I said, that was a long ass promo. That was one cut. That was live. What mistake did he make? What stumble did he have? He's a much higher level talent than what people give him credit for. He's fantastic, but mate, he's too good at the sad facial expression. So I'm gonna give him a hug. I've spent 2 years hating this tool, and fantastic. Obviously, but mate, Owens' music hit, pop.
Yeah.
Big pop. Yeah, it was a big pop for Owens. And like I said before, I love the fact that in that moment, that wasn't Kevin Owens, that was Kevin Steen. He was just in the moment going, "Oh my God." He just had his hands on his head. Like, I can't believe it. Like, I like the fact that you could see genuine. And that's why when he had to compose himself, he got to the top of the ramp and he goes, "Ah!" It's like, it's to get the emotion out of him so we can focus.
Yeah.
Because you could see his bottom lip was going, his eyes was filling up. This means a lot to all of us. I'm going to be crying at Money in the Bank. I'm going to be, mate. If I don't know if there's Undertaker. We might hear an Undertaker gone Raw. I won't put it past Vince to pull out the big card to get the fan. I think both of us need to prepare to maybe have to fucking. I'm not crying. You're crying. Yeah, and then Owen stuns him. Owen stuns Corbin. The fans were asking for it. Did it? Yeah,
that's it.
Have you seen the video going around Twitter? Owens posted it, and it was really sweet. And it's a 10-second video of Owens hugging Balor. And after the show, all the talent are in the ring saying thank you to the fans.
Yeah.
And the first thing Owens does is goes and gives Balor a massive hug. And I like that because we don't know how friendly those two are. But if you think back to one of my favorite NXT matches was Owens versus Balor for the NXT title. It was a ladder match, and Balor hit a coup de grace from the top of a ladder on Owens. So there's a lot of history there.
Yeah.
So it was really nice and genuine. Shane Thorne was also spotted in the ring in his white trunks. I think there's a lot more people there than what people realise, to be honest. So then
it was a good main event. They used the ladders for a table.
Did you see Seth?
Yeah.
Really clever. So Seth, the way they did that, it just sums Kevin Owens up. Seth's climbing the ladder and Owens grabs it, fucking get it. If anyone's jumping off this ladder, it's me. Drags him off, hits him, but then Owens climbs up, and Seth is holding the ladder down, but it looks like he's just leaning on the ladder, like trying to recover. Very, very clever. Seth holding that ladder steady for Owens, so Owens could. But what I've got a really interesting point for you. It was what is worrying me, genuinely worrying me, is that felt like Seth had to really put all of his weight on that ladder to keep it steady when Owens was climbing up it, and then he did an insane elbow off, put Shinsuke through the table. But then later on, obviously Seth hit the stomp on Big E onto the ladder. Seth won. But again, did you see Seth when Seth climbed the ladder at the end of Raw? He asks the ref to hold the ladder for him. He says, "Can you hold the?" He goes to climb it and then stops, and then he goes, "Oi, hold the ladder." And the ref holds the ladder, and then he climbs it.
Falling.
But that worries me. Like, you've got Money in the Bank tonight.
Yeah.
You can't say to your competitor, you can't have Seth say, "Kev, will you just hold the ladder for me while I go and grab this brick?"
Yeah. It'd be interesting. I've also got to say, just before we wrap up on SmackDown, how good is Pat McAfee? Once again,
amazing.
They made the right decision with that guy.
Yeah,
he's better and better every week. He's brilliant.
You can see
the fan
Cole going, "Will you sit down?" And he stood on the announce table playing his leg as a guitar.
That's what I mean.
Amazing.
Apparently, as well, after the show, Pat McAfee got on the mic.
Yeah.
This was before SmackDown. This was. If you see a video, I think it's on the Instagram, and Pat McAfee tells the crowd to start booing Michael Cole.
Does it?
Yeah. So he goes, everyone, when just boo like Cole, boo, like just getting everyone to boo him. But yeah, what a great decision. I remember when he first come into NXT, everyone hated him.
Yeah.
But my God, he's the best. He's the best out of that.
You can't not like him. Like, he came up to NXT and he was just a gobshite, weren't he? And it was like you kind of wanted to like him because you knew that he was a WWE super fan the same way we were. But he was like, this is an NFL kicker, damn good NFL kicker, but yeah, wrestler. Then he had the match against Adam Cole and he surprised a lot of people. But for me, what I respected the most about McAfee wasn't the hard work that he put in. That's great, the hard work that he put in. How good he was in the match against Cole. Cole made him look good at the same time, though. Let's not, Cole made McAfee look good because that's how good Adam Cole is. What I liked was after it, McAfee was like, "I ain't doing this every week. It fucking hurts." I like that he went, "Fucking hurts, mate. Like, I ain't doing this every week. No chance. I'm not putting my body through that." It's like, I don't know how these guys do it three times a week. It's like, I couldn't move for 2 days after that match. I couldn't move. I ain't doing this every week. But you've got to respect that he's gone, "I've done it. Fucking hurts." And I'm not, and obviously now he's where he belongs. He's made to be SmackDown commentator. He's fantastic. He's fantastic, mate.
What, should we get on quickly to?
Yeah. I'll be honest, mate. I hope you've memorized the Money in the Bank thing because I've not wrote it down.
Right, okay. I hope I remember because I haven't written it down either. So,
we'll do it together.
Yeah. So there's no NXT. I mean, there's no Intercontinental or US title match. So we don't have to worry about that. But obviously there's Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte. Raw women's title.
Yeah, just give me sorry, mate. Someone's commented called Mr. Boff saying, "Morning, guys. I'm just getting ready to go to Broadstairs. It's a lovely day. You got this." Thank you for your message, mate, and I hope you have a lovely time at Broadstairs. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy the weather.
Right, mate. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry,
but, yeah,
mate.
we got Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte, Raw women's title.
Yeah, I'm going Charlotte because of
we think that it's going to be Charlotte because of the side plates that were released on WWE Shop Zone.
I think here's my prediction: Charlotte pins Rhea, and as Charlotte's holding the belt up the air, oh, that's my prediction.
Becky back.
That's what I'd do.
Yeah. Then we've got the Raw tag team titles. So we've got AJ Omars versus Viking Raiders. My money's on the Viking Raiders.
Pleased with the Viking Raiders.
Please, yeah.
The only thing that really annoys me, like actually really pisses me off, if I'm being honest, you know that AJ has got to take the L because Vince won't let Omos get beat.
Yeah.
I think the only way of doing this and the only thing that would make Omos interesting is if Omos turns on AJ.
Yeah.
Plants him in the ring and then walks off, and then the Viking Raiders just pin him.
It'll be an interesting one, but yeah, my money's on the Viking Raiders as well.
Yeah.
We've also got the SmackDown tag team titles as well.
Usos.
Yeah, I think the Usos are going to win that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think
they've give it to Ray and Dom, first ever father and son champions, tag team champions, and then not used them. We've not seen them.
No. And then we've got obviously the WWE title match. Obviously Lashley versus Kofi.
I'm going Lashley.
Yeah, I'm going Lashley as well. I don't see him dropping the belt anytime soon.
Yeah,
he's too strong. You know, maybe Kofi with the fans back and stuff like that, but I don't see it myself.
No, if it was someone, if Keith Lee had returned,
yeah,
and it was Lashley Lee, then I would say maybe. But
yeah,
I just can't see Kofi beating him. I just can't.
No. And then we've obviously got obviously the Roman Reigns versus Edge title match. I think it'd be interesting for Edge to win, but I think it's going to be Reigns that's going to win that.
I don't know.
I think Reigns is going to win it, but we'll see what happens.
Don't know. And to be honest, I don't care. I don't think it matters who wins. That's going to be an incredible match.
I think it's one of those ones where it doesn't matter who wins it because it's going to be incredible whoever does.
I wouldn't be surprised if Seth wins the Money in the Bank and then cashes in that night on Roman Edge. I think Roman Edge will be the main event, and Seth will win the briefcase and he will cash in that night. And I'd be all for that. I'd be all for Seth cashing in that night but winning the belt. I'd be all for that. I think that'd be fantastic.
And then obviously the women's Money in the Bank match. It's one that I've sort of toyed with because I don't know who will win it. The only person I can think of winning it would be Alexa. Lights go out, come back on, and she's at the top of the. Find a group or device named Light. That's my Alexa going off.
Oh, brilliant! Love it.
I can't remember. She's just activated, but yeah, I think the lights will go out. She'll appear at the top when the lights come back on.
From now on, Kev's got to call Alexa Bliss just Bliss. He can't say Alexa anymore.
I can't say Alexa because she'll come on. But yeah, I think what will happen, the lights will go out.
Yeah.
They'll come back on. She'll be at the top and she'll just take it off.
That's what I'd do.
The only other one I reckon could win would be Liv Morgan.
The fans really seem behind Liv. If it was me, I'd give it to Bliss. That's obviously the men's. I think both of us are in agreement for
the men's Money in the Bank next. Seth to win it, or like I said, it's either going to be McIntyre or Seth.
No,
I can't see anybody else winning it. It's the only way of McIntyre getting the WWE title shot. So
can you not see Owens winning it?
he's good because they can have him come through tables and ladders, and he's good for that. Same with Ricochet. He's quite good at bouncing around and using the ladders. But I can't see Owens winning it. I don't know why.
He is a former Universal Champion.
Yeah.
I think it's time for Owens to win the Money in the Bank and win a belt and have that belt for a while. I think his talent. I think he's that level. I really do.
There's something else I want to point out that was on Raw, and Riddle made this a good point, which was, remember that the Money in the Bank briefcase is for a title opportunity. It doesn't say which title, because he said, I'm going to win that title. He goes, I'm going to win the Money in the Bank, and then I'm going to go and cash it in on the tag team champions with Randy.
Yeah,
and he made a really good point, because the opportunity is to face a champion, isn't it? It's to face a title.
Riddle I wouldn't hate it.
No,
he's definitely getting pushed, and rightly so. Is an exceptional talent.
Definitely. But yeah, my predictions for the men is Seth Rollins or McIntyre, but I reckon Seth, just after what happened on SmackDown with the promo and stuff.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Telling. So
maybe you have Seth win it and come out and interfere with the briefcase, but not actually cash in.
Yeah, maybe.
There's all sorts of
stuff you can do.
Cost
edge the match.
Yeah. I mean,
maybe have a match down the road. Seth versus Edge for the briefcase.
I think you've got so many options for that match.
Yeah.
Edge Roman, that could go anyway. Roman could win clean, and I'd be happy, because it's going to be an insane match. And Roman has proved over the last, especially the last 12 months, how good he is. If Edge wins, I'm going to cry, because it's Edge, and he had a decade of his career robbed, and in winning.
Just want to show you something. My dog is outside, and I don't know if you can see her, but she's cuddling a little baby toy, like a little teddy.
Yeah,
she's just cuddling it. I don't know why.
Oh, bless her. It's
too
warm. She's probably just chilling.
Yeah, she's just chilling out in the garden. But she's taken her little teddy out there that she carries around, and she's like resting.
I can't wait to move so that we can get a dog, because I'm missing not having a dog.
Yeah, they're a pain. But I wouldn't want it any other way. But anyway, that's our show, mate. That's it.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in.
Really looking forward to tonight. We'll see if we can do a show maybe on Monday or Tuesday to do what happened on Money in the Bank.
I would like to do a show just for Money in the Bank, because it's just too long of a show to fit in with something else.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll just wrap it up now, yeah?
Yeah.
I've been Kev.
I've been Dan. Cheers, guys. We'll see you in the next one.